Hi, welcome to Budget Worship Leaders. This is your resource for leading meaningful worship on a shoestring budget. My name is Rob. Welcome to the channel. What I've got here in my hands is kind of a unicorn guitar, meaning they're really hard to come by, but if you can find one, I definitely recommend picking one up. This is a Firefly FFLP Classic. It is their Les style guitar. This is the best, cheapest Les Paul you can find. It's got several features that are just way out of line for its price. This guitar is $180 shipped brand new if you can find one. It's really, for its price point, and it's an absolutely specced out guitar. This guitar has a mahogany body. It has a veneer cap. It's not the maple cap that you'll get on the more expensive models. It has a maple neck. It does have a rosewood fretboard. These are medium frets that are very well polished from the factory. The bends are so nice. There's no gritty feeling, very smooth faces. The sides of the frets don't have any visible fret marks. I mean, they really spent a lot of time with this guitar, especially for a guitar in its price point. That's absolutely ridiculous, but that's what Firefly is known for. It has unbranded Grover style tuners. They really do a good job. They're well built. They don't give any resistance, and it builds and then pops, and you know what I'm talking about. When you get some guitars that have some really cheap tuners on them, that tends to be an issue. It also has a very well cut bone neck. It has absolute solid tuning stability. Probably the only thing you'll need to do with this guitar once you get it is just set it up for how you like to play. It's got your standard Tune-o-matic bridge, stock tailpiece. It has full-size pots. They're not the little dime-size pots. They have the perfect amount of resistance to keep you from searching for that perfect spot to put your tone or your volume knobs. The inlays on it are these. They're almost like an offset block inlay. They're not the block inlays that your standard Gibson Les Paul will have. The pick guard, it does tend to come a little bit loose. Just have to tighten it up every now and then. The only thing that's not stock on this guitar are these pickups. I got this guitar from my luthier, and his whole purpose for buying it was to upgrade the pickups. These are bare knuckle Rebel Yells. They're a little bit hot for praise and worship. I tend to have to turn them down, roll off the volume a little bit just to get the tone under control. But if you want to play something like some Seventh Day Slumber, then they would be absolutely perfect. And even some of the newer Phil Wickham stuff that they like to turn the gain up. These pickups would actually work really well for that. There's not a lot of downsides to this guitar. I've noticed a couple of small finishing issues. You can see this is a gold top. Probably my new studio lights are probably too bright for it, but you can see it just it kind of has a little bit of overspray on the side of the binding, and there's a couple of spots on it where there's a couple of little dark spots in the binding. But other than that, I mean, none of that really affects how it plays, and it's just a beautiful playing guitar. It definitely punches along with the classic Gibsons that I grew up with. I'm absolutely at home as soon as I got my hands on this thing. It was like coming home, and I knew I couldn't part with it. Probably never get rid of this guitar. It's such an amazing guitar to play. And here's what the tones sound like. Here's just a little quick playing example. you can see, it's an absolutely amazing sounding guitar. It's a beautiful guitar to look at. There's really, I can't find anything to fault the guitar for. They did a great job on it. They definitely spent more time with finishing than anybody else would spend on a $180 guitar. This thing is an absolute beauty. It's a pleasure to play. So anyway, if you're getting value out of this video, do me a favor, go ahead and hit the like button. If you've got any questions about this guitar or anything, just drop a comment down below. I do keep a close eye on the comments and try to respond as quick as I can. If you'd like to see more instrument reviews like this, also planning on doing some song tutorials, some playthroughs, more instruments other than just the guitars. Also, I'm also a drummer, so drum set reviews. And really anything, if you've got something that you'd like to get my opinion on, I'll be absolutely glad to take some time and talk with you. The issue with the Firefly guitars is that they're so well known for their quality and their price that they're hard to get your hands on. So I've put a link in the description below where you can go to Guitar Garden, that's their website, and you can look at their different options, what they have available. The problem is these things sell out as soon as they hit the shelves. They're just so wildly popular, and they used to be a really good kept secret, but the secret's out. Everybody knows about them now, so it's really hard to get your hands on one. If you have another guitar that you're playing at the moment and you can hold off on one, I definitely recommend picking one of these up when one becomes available. It'll blow your mind at the value that you get for the price. All the playing samples that you're hearing, these were all run through my Ethereal Low Gain patch. I've got a link in the description where you can pick that up for free. And it was run through my Podgo. I've mentioned this one before. I bought this Podgo because it is the best modeler for its price point. Basically, it's a baby Helix, and it sounds every bit as good. It just doesn't have quite as much DSP. It's got about half the DSP, actually. So thank you for hanging out with me. I hope to see you in the next video. God bless y'all. Have a great day.